Hey guys, welcome. This is Fiercestbard. Hello. I still have no start screen, so I'm winging it. I'm just winging it. It's okay. It's okay though. It's okay. We're gonna figure it out as we go, or maybe I'll just never have a start screen again, and I'll just be here from from the time I start my stream. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing well. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. We are working on today. Let's see well, actually, we're working on today. Ingrid from Street Fighter 6. I've been working on this sketch for a little bit, and I started doing some line art on it. So it's slightly there. It's slightly there. It's already kind of in motion at this point, right? So we will see how far we get with this, but actually the first thing that I need to do with this one is figure out one big thing, and that is I need to get my reference for this one done. So let me actually kind of look it up. Let's see, because so I started drawing this one back when I was in Cappy Town, right? Figure out how the Flash, the panties are. Oh, no, it's not that kind of artwork. It's not that kind of artwork. Darius, how are you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, we're okay. It's not that kind of artwork yet. I mean, come on. Like Ingrid is wholesome, okay? Ingrid is wholesome and say so. We're not drawing that kind of art here, especially not here with on Twitch. Interesting start indeed. You know. Look, listen. I know, I understand. It's like sometimes you know, you come into a stream randomly and then things go off the rails really quick. Okay. No, it's like we are trying to draw Ingrid. I'm trying to get my references because I didn't bring my references with me. Just the files, because I'm not currently in Cappy Town right now. I am in Bounty Hunterville, and because of that, some of the artwork that I was basing this image off of, I don't have with me right now. I think the costume. Like, clearly the costume is based on her Street Fighter 6 look, right? But I also was basing it on, I believe, the what was it? The story mode version of Ingrid. There was like a story mode like image of her where she was I guess she took her hair thing off. So I was like, oh, okay, let me draw that and stuff. So I'm just trying to collect all that stuff before we get really started. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing well today while I'm doing that. And actually, you know, like as we were talking about yesterday, hopefully you guys are having a good hunt for the Happy Meal toys. There's a collab between Godzilla and Hello Kitty, and yeah, that's been popping off on Reddit apparently, like in that community, as everybody kind of going crazy trying to find them, the different versions. I think I saw a thread, like a mega thread, where everybody was posting like, oh, you know, this is where I found this character, and this is where I found that character, and they were just kind of like letting everybody know where to get each one. So far, only interested in the BK collab. What's the BK collab? Is that Burger King, or is it like something else? Let's see. McDonald's toys are like a weird thing. Oh, Dragon Ball Z? Oh wait, Dragon Ball Z Burger King? Are they doing something like that? Wait, let me see. Dragon Ball, yeah, so many collabs. I know, right? I didn't know that Burger King was doing a Dragon Ball collab. Oh shit, that's kind of cool. Is it like the? So I'm looking at one that has like they have like little like pewter or whatever figures, right? They look like tabletop RPG figures, and then they got like a card or something like that that they come with. I guess that's the card game that came out for Dragon Ball, I guess. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Actually, those figures, the little figurines that they come with are actually pretty good. Yeah, that's the one. Oh shoot, I wonder if they have it in Bounty Hunterville. Though I think there's like one or two Burger Kings that in the area, right? Let's see. So many collabs. Timmy Hose with the Harry Potter, yeah. Krispy Kreme with the Pokemon. McDonald's with Godzilla and Sanrio. Yo, everybody's fighting collabs right now. The wife and I will go to Burger King a lot more next month. I'm very fortunate in that I'm not actually in Freedom Land, because I think I would be buying Happy Meals for the Godzilla Hello Kitty collab like almost every other day or something like that. Though I know how to like when it comes to McDonald's collabs, I know that they have a certain like cadence where they release each figure, so buying them every day is not really gonna help unless you really want a lot of duplicates, right? Then that helps. No, Miss, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, hello, Bard, Mooney, and Chat. But yeah, I'm just kind of trying to collect some references right now. That's why I haven't really started drawing yet. But we're talking about different fast food place like the collabs that they're having right now with all the different figures and stuff that you can get from each one. It's actually quite crazy how many are out. I did not expect that we would have so many different ones to kind of like go through, right? Like we mentioned like what Dragon Ball is having a Burger King collab right now, and then there's like McDonald's isn't doing it here. So like, okay, so in Freedom Land they're doing the Godzilla Hello Kitty collab, right? So if you're in the United States, definitely, but if you're outside of the United States right now, not so much. They aren't doing it yet. A lot of people are keeping tabs on when they will show up in a different region, because Godzilla and Hello Kitty, I mean, like, those are two things that you would think are popular just anywhere. I don't think this is necessarily like a niche thing, like the way people think of certain other things. I think eventually they'll go to other regions, because we've seen other regions get some of the collabs later on. Or sometimes they go to other regions first, and then United States gets them later. So we'll see what happens, but I do expect that they're probably going to hit the other regions later on. I don't think that they would keep it exclusive to just the States, as it were. So we'll see what happens. But for now, it's only in the States. Collabs are equal money, right? While I illegally hydrate, but definitely collabs equal money. And I saw so up in Canada they are doing a collab in for what is it, Mooney just mentioned it, Harry Potter, the series written by she who shall not be named. Basically they're doing donuts, and they're doing like a donut holder and like a stirring wand and stuff like that. And I saw on eBay, those things are going for like $50-$60 US after shipping and stuff like that. Because, obviously, there's not too many Tim Hortons in the US, right? Like, I think there's a couple. There's a handful. There's like one or two near Cappytown for sure. But I'm not even certain that they're even doing the collab across in the United States and stuff like that, right? And then you got to think like what are the logistics on getting that over different countries, so different different contracts, I would imagine, right? Like due to different laws surrounding certain things. So it's like, damn, Yeah, this is the first that I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah. If you're in Freedom Land, you'll likely not have heard about it, but it's really neat. Like the stirring wand, it looks like one of the Harry Potter wands. I don't know anything about Harry Potter, by the way. I'm just assuming it. I guess it's one of the wands that they have, and I could probably do it, right? Like, yeah, like here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Let me look for it. Um but yeah, like you stir the wand into your drinks or whatever, and then it changes color and stuff. It's like kind of crazy. So like here's a look at one of the promo images that they put out and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. Yeah, there's like a specific drink or something like that, and you stir the drink with the wand, and then the wand changes color to match one of the spells, I guess, or something like that. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, the wand changes. It's heat or cold activated or something, and it changes colors and stuff like that. And then there's like a bunch of donuts and what is that thing called? The the snitch, is that what it's called or something like that? The packaging looks amazing for this collab, by the way. And oh yeah, there's one of the donuts and stuff. They have different flavors and stuff like that for the donut. But yeah, the packaging looks amazing on this, and the thing is, like, yeah, I know, it's cool, right? Is actually pretty cool. And it's like I don't know if they're gonna have it in Freedom Land, unfortunately, because again, the brand is not a Freedom Lander brand, right? So it's like, but you can definitely go. I guess you can go on like eBay or something like that and see if you can get some of the stuff. But the problem is, like, the scalpers are charging tons of money for that. And then a couple of days ago too, they sold out of the wands, by the way, chat. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Like a lot of stuff has been sold out, but they still have quite a bit of the other stuff, I think, or at least that's what I've been seeing, going around and stuff like that. And then on top of that, it's just not just that Tim Hortons thing. Apparently, over at Krispy Kreme, you're a Harry Potter fan. I am not a Harry Potter fan, but if you guys are, by all means, but I have no idea, dude. I don't read books, and I watched the movies. So Mama Cappy was watching the movies for a while there. She was not like a mega fan or anything like that. She just really liked watching movies, and Harry Potter was one of those movies that she happened to watch a lot of and stuff like that, right? So it was like just one of those things that she enjoyed. So I have some level of knowledge with Harry Potter, but I don't really know anything. Like, honestly speaking, like, you could ask me anything about Harry Potter and I would just be like, the thing, yeah, Ron Weasley. That's a name that I know. That's just a name that I know. And do I know anything else about that person? Nope. I have no idea. I honestly could not tell you anything else about that particular character. The Cappy kids inherited the Harry Potter fandom. Yeah, they really did. I got hold of one of those Harry Potter house Krispy Kremes. So good. Oh, they did like a Krispy Kreme thing? Did they do a Krispy Kreme thing before? I didn't know that. Oh shit. Because you know what else? Like, speaking of Krispy Kreme, you know what else? Krispy Kreme started a collab. It was a while back. Oh yeah, because look, Krispy Kreme is also doing a collab with Pokemon. Look. I just found this online somewhere, but yeah, this is apparently they started yesterday, just like the Godzilla collab for Hello Kitty. Yeah, I know the donuts. Like they got different. So they're based on each character, I guess, right? And they got different styles for each of the donuts and stuff like that. I can't pull up a really big good picture of them, but here's another picture of them. Yeah, so look, they got. My inner fat kid is losing it. Maybe I'm just. I've been no joke. I hear you, Darius. I hear you because I've been wanting to try some of these donuts, but it's like trying to get them is not as easy. Like we have to travel for them, and I don't like I've been bugging Mooney about the like I have no attachments whatsoever to Harry Potter, but I want to try the donuts. Like I I have no attachment to it. And then I see these Pokemon ones, and then I'm like, I don't care as much about Pokemon as you all do, right? Like I know Mooney likes Pokemon, and I have very little attachment to the games because I've only ever played like one game all the way through. Sounds like a road trip. I know, right? It sounds like a road trip. And it's like so they're available in North America at the very least, and look at that. They got Squirtle. They got what is this Vegisaur? They got Lizard Fire. And they got Pink Puff thing. Okay. I know the names are right there. I'm just kidding, guys. I know I know who they are. Oh look, they got different cups. Yo, I saw these cups on eBay. No joke. Somebody is trying to sell these cups with the lid for $50 each. Like how desperate? How desperate can you be to scalp the freaking those are not even special. Wait, filled with 10 original glazed gold dots. So these are not even drink cups. These are cups made with they probably can hold drinks, but I bet if you wash them a couple of times, they're not going to come out all that good. So be careful. If you buy these cups, honestly, be careful with them. Treasure them. Because like, what is it like? I'm not somebody who's not guilty of keeping collector's cups. Like Jollibee, they did a Final Fantasy 14 collab like a couple of months ago, like last year, I think, right? And I got a Jollibee's meal with Mooney, and I kept the Chocobo cup. It's just a damn soda cup, and I kept it. So, like, you know, I know how it is for people who are pack rats with collectible stuff, right? But honestly speaking, it's like, you know, I'm guilty of doing it, but please, you know, like, be careful with your collectible stuff, because then if you live in a house like Papa Cappy, I have to like specifically tell Papa Cappy, don't throw away my cup, please. Now I need food. How I'm only 195 is beyond me. Have a good rest of the stream. I'ma go stuff my face. You know what? Go stuff your face, Darius. You deserve it. I miss the old school McDonald's glass cups. Oh yeah, yeah. Do you guys still have any of those? I have some. I think I have like one or two left. Oh no, I don't think I actually have them. I don't know for sure, but I had for the longest time the freaking Batman Forever cup from when I was a little Cappy, and yeah, that was in my house for the longest time until very recently, I believe, and I think it might have gotten thrown out or something like that. But yeah, like we had some of those old school McDonald's cups. They don't do anything like that as much anymore, you know. Like I feel like a lot of the collab stuff that we get for McDonald's is just not as good as they used to be. But maybe that's just old man yells at cloud moment for myself. But yeah, you know. But how far are you guys willing to go for McDonald's toys? Like seriously. I was hearing on the subreddit for Godzilla that there are people driving across the border into the United States looking for McDonald's you know, to to get some of these Hello Kitty Where is Coffee? Yeah, actually, where is Coffee? Hold on, guys. Usually when I start stream, Coffee is like barking up a storm. So where is he? Hold on. I'm gonna go look. Oh wait, is he? Oh, okay. Yeah, usually he's barking up a storm when I start streaming, right? But not today. Not today, apparently. Today, Coffee can relax. But yeah, it's like, so this version of Ingrid that I'm doing right now is based on the version of Ingrid from the I mean, it's Street Fighter 6's version of Ingrid, and she is she doesn't have her headscarf on fully and stuff like that, right? So she's kind of chilling out where she is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue adding stuff. But yeah, like from what I've been hearing, people have been crossing the border into the States to grab themselves some Godzilla figures, and like it's been kind of crazy because, like, again, everybody has been collaborating on some on the subreddit for Godzilla to kind of like notify each other of where each figure is, like, because certain McDonald's now, as you guys know, like, well, maybe some of you guys don't, but not all McDonald's are the same, right? Because it's a franchise, right? So when you buy a franchise, you run it for them, and you tend to follow some of the rules, but some stores will follow, some stores march to the beat of their own drum, while others will follow the rules of the rule book, like exactly and stuff like that. So from what I've been seeing on the subreddit, a lot of people are saying like certain stores are only getting certain figures, right? Like Godzilla, Hello Kitty, and King Ghidorah Kuropi have been largely the two that have been spotted the most as of late. In fact, I actually got both of them myself. How did I get them while not being in Cappy Town? Well, I ordered so I went as far as ordering from the McDonald's app and sending it to the Cappy house. And Papa Cappy picked them up for me. Papa Cappy was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's mine. You guys can eat the food. I just want the things inside of it, okay?" So Papa Cappy sent me pictures of what I got. So I know that I have Godzilla and King Ghidorah right now, which is Hello Kitty and Kuropi, right? But I've been thinking like, oh, like I really want to get like, as you guys all know, Pom Pom Purin is my boy, right? So I need to get Pom Pom Purin Gigan, and I also need to get like which one was it? I think it's My Melody is Mothra. So I need to get those because those are cool, and like they're like, ideally I get all of them. Ideally I would get all of them because I think some of them are hilarious. Like what was it? Cinema Roll is freaking Destroyer. Of all the characters, Cinema Roll is the Destroyer, and like it's like this is something this is a series that I have like no actual connections to, but I thought it would be, I still kind of enjoy it and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to get all of them eventually, right? Coffee would have gladly eaten the goods. Yes, Coffee would have eaten all the nuggies and the apple slices. He would have gladly have eaten everything. But unfortunately, they're too far. Actually, Papa Cappy was like, "Should I just save all this food until you get back?" And I was like, "No." Like, how I understand the jokes about the preservatives and stuff like that in McDonald's food and stuff like that. But I highly doubt that any of that food is going to be any good by the time I get back to Cappy Town. like, like it's so preposterous. Like I was like, no, don't try to save any of it. Just eat it. Eat it if you want to, but don't worry about it. Oh, I don't approve of wasting food, but it's like if you don't eat it, at least give it to somebody who will eat it and stuff like that. That's what I would say. You know, there are other Cappies nearby that will definitely eat the food. So I'm like, you know, don't waste it. A lot of doggies eating good during this collab, to be honest. I would imagine there were quite a few posts about stuff like that, where some people were not lucky enough because, okay, what I was mentioning before about how some McDonald's were following the rules, right? So some McDonald's would sell only, you would only be able to buy the toy if you buy the Happy Meal. Or you would only be able to buy the toy if you buy some food at all. But then there are other McDonald's that were just kind of like, here you go. If you ask nicely, we will just sell you what you want for a certain price and stuff like that, right? So some people were fortunate to be able to find a McDonald's where they would just sell them what they wanted. Some people were not as fortunate, had to buy food of some kind in order to get it, right? So, you know, like that's what was going on. And there was one person who basically, they found a McDonald's that would sell them the figures, but they had to buy the Happy Meal. Like, they would allow you to choose which ones that you got, but they had to actually buy the Happy Meal. So they bought the equivalent of 32 chicken McNuggets. They bought 8 different Happy Meals, and they got one figure of each one of them. And, you know, like, that store allowed it. Not every store allows that, though. Because, you know, again, it depends on the owners and what they feel like doing and stuff like that, right? I can't do that because, again, I am not in Cappy Town, so I'm unable to just kind of be there to like ask myself. So whenever I order, it's always going to be from the app, and I am just at the mercy of whatever they send our way and stuff like that. But the person that apparently ordered 32 chicken nuggies, they started they said that basically their doggy was going to have the feast of a lifetime for the next couple of days, because they're not going to eat all of that by themselves. And I totally get it, you know, like, not everybody wants to eat that many chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. Not even for Godzilla Hello Kitty collab. But, you know, like, that's kind of the interesting thing about, like, collecting stuff. You know, I really hope that someday, somehow, we get through all of this scalper stuff, right? And basically it goes back to the old days when we can collect in peace. Collect stuff in peace. But I seriously doubt it. I feel like it's a Pandora's box that was opened during COVID era and stuff like that. And we're never gonna go back to the days when collectors can just be like, can collect things in peace. But, you know, like, we'll see what happens, you know, like, because honestly, I think a lot of the stores and stuff like that, honestly, like, I feel like a lot of the stores and the vendors and things like that, right, that do figures and collector stuff, right, I honestly think that they don't really care about whether or not scalpers get their hands on things and ruin, quote unquote, ruin the experience for everyone, because ultimately they're getting they're trying to bank on the idea that when somebody scalps something, and it's in such it's in such a large like, what is it, what am I trying to say, when people want it so badly that they go to great lengths to get it and stuff like that, and that makes the news, right? It's like the very old school, like, high demand tickle me Elmo crap that was going on for the longest time. Yeah, when it's such in high demand and then it gets out there and stuff like that, and then everybody's like complaining about it and stuff like that, but it's drawing interest, it's generating interest and stuff like that. We recently saw that with Pop Mart too, like with the Labubus and stuff like that, right? Like the Labubu thing is very much like, the fad is, I feel like is ending, right? But that hasn't necessarily killed the market for that, right? Because the people who likes Labubus and stuff like that, and they like the brand and stuff like that, just kind of continued collecting. Now it's a good time to collect for that in particular, because it's not impossible to get them anymore. And for those who had it earlier, you enjoyed having it earlier than everyone else, and you enjoyed the hunt. Like, it's the experience of the hunt of getting stuff, I would say, right? That like everybody had, that the early adopters, would say. And then the people who are a little bit later to the party now, they're still able to get their fun out of it. They're just it's just now it's actually possible for them to get it, right? Just like how you got so happy getting your new toy. I am very happy getting my new toy. So yesterday, basically, if you guys were on Mooney's stream, you'll notice that Mooney went away for a little bit to pick up collect the package. The package was actually mine. It came in the mail, and it was a actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think I'm trying to get the angle right for the armpit. Sorry, like, so I'm going over it over and over again and trying to get this right. Yeah, let me go with the way that I had it originally. I did all that work, and now I'm gonna undo it a little bit. But yeah, that package was actually mine. I got a Missing Link Ultra Magnus. For anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's Ultra Magnus is a character from Transformers. Very, very old school classic character from the Transformers, right? He turns into a car carrier and stuff. And there was a toy of him when I was little, when I was a little baby Cappy, and I've always wanted it, but at the time, like, it was price prohibitive. Okay, like a lot of children cannot afford their own toys, right? And I was not somebody who was earning an income in those days. It was impossible for me, right? So I never got it. I grew up, started making adult money, and finally they re-released a version of it, which is exactly like the old toy, except it has a lot of modern improvements to it and stuff like that, right? So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. It's like the idea behind the Missing Link series is it's toys the way that we remember them, but then they can also do the things like pose and stuff like that, right? Actually pose and stuff. So they can do the things that we thought that they should have been able to do, but because of technology back then, they couldn't. So now they put in a lot of effort to make a lot of improvements to the toy. And, like, it's kind of an amazing thing. And I need to keep it in pristine condition now. I will take it out once in a while to display it, but it's one of those things that like when it comes to collecting things, this is one of the things that I get a little crazy about. I get a little crazy about preserving some of the things I really like, and that's one of them. And like, I hope that line of figures like kind of continues into the future, right? Like, like they actually made a version of RC, a character who never got a toy back then because girls. And then it was like they did prototype it out though. They did prototype it out and they finally released a version of that prototype figure in like 2025. Was it last year or was it this year? I actually got one of it. The whoa. I actually got a copy of that figure now, and it's really cool. I think that, you know, like they should do more of those where it's like concepts from back then that they never released, never actually released concepts, because like, you know, it was always kind of very interesting to a lot of the collectors, like that there were these unreleased toys that are finally seeing the day, you know, the sunlight, right? Like they were just kind of locked away in vaults forever until this line of figures came out. So a lot of people are like wondering, okay, who's next, right? Because like there was like so the big bad of the Transformers, Unicron, he never got a toy back in the day, but there was a prototype that some people saw, and like years later a lot of people got to see pictures of it. You can actually Google it, and there was in fact a toy for Unicron that they were thinking about putting out back in the day, right? That thing has never actually been made. And, you know, like when you look at it now, you can tell why. I mean, that thing looks horrible as a toy, but as a collector, you're looking at that and you're just wondering, like, what if, right? Like, what if they actually made that thing? Like, how would it look? How would it actually function and stuff like that? So I'm very interested in you know, stuff like that. Like, what if they actually did go ahead and make it, right? I know that sort of thing is probably less interesting for most people, but if you are very much into the collecting scene for that particular thing, you probably would be more interested in it than I am. But yeah, that now you guys know what kind of a weird. Maybe I'm not I'm not a capybara. Maybe I'm a pack rat. Like one of those like raccoons that stores away all the food and stuff in hidey holes and things like that, right? But yeah, like you know, I've always been fascinated by the history of some of this stuff, only because, like, you know, it was like a big part of my childhood. So hopefully you guys have something like that in your lives where, you know, like you could take such joy out of it that I do, even though it's all silly stuff, you know. But yeah, so let's see. And back to the arting. Let's see if I could actually make good with finishing this one. There is a whole lot of hair on this one. I noticed, like, I drew the hell out of her hair over here because she's got underneath the scarf thing that goes over her head. Yeah, she's got a heck of a lot of hair under there. So I've gotta get that in there, and I could finally actually start. Well, maybe I should go from top to bottom instead. The up and down motion is easier on the hand than the down to up. So when you do line work, guys, if you're interested in doing line art, always remember to position your whatever you're doing, whether it's paper or your tablet or whatever, you know, position it in a way so that you could do the top to bottom strokes. It's much easier. It's so much easier to do that than to go from the bottom up. Because, you know, like your arm is just maybe I'm not gonna assume that everybody's arm does the same thing, but my arm definitely top to bottom strokes, no, not bottom to top. Now, what's interesting with this tablet screen, though, is that it's not quite the one that I normally use. I usually use a Wacom, and it's like a 24, 22, 24 one. So it's large. It's a whole lot larger than this, right? So I got used to that. But this one's quite a bit smaller. It's like a 13, something like that, right? I haven't used one this small in quite a number of years. So especially since it doesn't have like rubber feet to keep it, because like the tablet that I usually use has an arm. It has an arm that holds it again on the desk, right? But this one doesn't. This one has like just like a little stand that holds it up, and the stand itself is actually very slippery on the surface that I have it on and stuff like that. So it keeps moving as I do things, and as it moves, right, it changes the direction of the strokes that I'm trying to make. So that's why you see me redoing lines like 100 times, like as we go, because the entire tablet moves, and then I gotta reposition it and then do the line again and stuff like that. It is a little bit annoying, but at the same time, it's like, well, you know, you kind of just work with what you have, right? And I'm lucky enough to have this to work with, so I'm not gonna go crazy about it now until I get to this part where I gotta do the round shapes. Though sometimes when it comes to doing the round parts like this, right, I do cheat a little bit. I do cheat a little bit with the round shapes. I will draw a line that's close enough, and then what I tend to do is I will go in and do a transform on it, and I will round it out, because it's just a whole lot easier than to struggle with it, you know, nonstop and stuff like that. I know if this was on paper, I would probably be able to do the stroke more effectively, but since it's not, I'm not gonna fight with it. I'm just gonna do the thing that I need to do to accomplish what I need. And since I'm using vector lines, this is much less destructive than it normally would be, right? Like, because vector lines will hold their resolution no matter what. Where if I was doing it with regular lines with a raster layer, oh man, that would blur up like crazy, like super fast. But yeah, I always tried to do like a single stroke that's good. But you know, sometimes it's not possible, you know? Sometimes it's just not possible. What's up, Pig? How you doing? How's your McDonald's hunt going? Or are you all set now that you've got the one that you want? Or was that the one that you want, you know? We were talking about a lot of collab fast food collab stuff earlier. And then obviously the McDonald's Hello Kitty Godzillas got mentioned. Where I'm hoping I'm hoping that between my friends getting duplicates if they're still collecting them, and me doing some how we say, like, strategic purchases in terms of Happy Meals. I'm gonna ask Papa Cappy like every now and then, hey, do you want some chicken nuggets? And it's like, I can't really do that too much, by the way. Papa Cappy cannot eat McDonald's chicken nuggets like the way that we could, okay? Like, for real, I'm not gonna put him through that. Because he should not be eating chicken nuggets like that. But, you know, like, from time to time, you know, if he doesn't mind, one or two. And then again, you know, like, he could pass them off to the other Cappies. As long as he helps me to keep the figure that comes with. Okay, let's see. How did I do this? Okay, so the thigh should go over there, then indicate some lines over here a little bit. And then the other side. So initially I have to draw all this, like, just to get the shapes, right? Like, just to get the shapes and the volumes for everything in, and then I could make edits to the clothing and change it to what I need it to be. Because she has like like she has like the leggings on that go all the way up this way, so I draw that, and then I gotta draw the skirt over it and stuff like that. So that's how this is gonna go. Well, actually, let me not do it in one crazy stroke like that. Oh, speaking of other, like freaking exclusive things, I just found out today that so there is a Comic-Con of the New York type that they are going to have an exclusive SH Monster Arts of the burning Godzilla from 2000. Well, it's technically Miragoji, which is 1999. It's not actually 2000. Like, a lot of people call that one Godzilla 2000 because of the North American title, but it's actually not Godzilla 2000. Godzilla 2000 would be the versus Megaguirus Godzilla, right? But they're gonna have a burning Godzilla 2000 available as a SH Monster Arts at New York Comic Con and stuff like that, and I'm very much thinking of going to said Comic Con if I happen to be in the area for whatever reasons, when this October and stuff like that, right? So we'll see. I'm really considering it for for this exclusive thing, but the ticket prices are so expensive now for the Comic-Con. It's like, I think so they're sold out of tickets for Saturday, so it's either Sunday, Friday, or Thursday, and they're like $90, 90 something dollars each. Plus, when you factor in the tax, it's gonna be like close to $100 just to get into the event. And then you got to think about travel and where you're gonna stay and stuff like that. It's quite a pricey convention to go to, and especially since I'm not necessarily the target audience for that one, right? Like, I don't know why they thought it would be a good idea for it to appear at Comic-Con instead of, say, an anime con, right? Like, but I guess they have done them in the past for San Diego Comic-Con. I know that that's happened before, so maybe they're thinking of like consistency. They're just thinking about the consistency of constantly having these SH Monster Arts figures being exclusive at said Comic Cons for whatever reason, which is fine. Like, I personally don't collect SH Monster Arts anymore. They are so super expensive. Holy crap. Like, when I got my Grail for SH Monster Arts, I got the SH Monster Arts Biollante years ago. I got that years ago, and I had to save my pennies for that thing, and I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't come across. I was gifted many a gift card at work and stuff like that, and it was the only reason that I was able to get that thing. Aside from, you know, the extra money that I had to put in to get that thing. So, you know, if you guys know your SH Monster Arts, you know the special color version of Biollante, then you know that thing was not cheap and stuff like that, right? And that was kind of my collection grail at the time. It was the thing that I got that was like, okay, you know what? After I get 89 Godzilla, I can rest. I can rest now. I'm like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. I could go to my planet and I can rest. So that's why I kind of really stopped getting SH Monster Arts, because they're so ridiculous. Like, the prices for them, and like, you know, QC issues aside, it was like, you know, I can't keep justifying the price of SH Monster Arts for myself, right? So I actually stopped collecting a lot of Godzilla stuff for quite a while, because like I was like, you know, I felt like, for me anyway, it's not necessarily the truth, but for me it was almost like, well, I felt like I got like this stuff that I wanted, and you know, with the increasing prices of Monster Arts, I almost felt like these things are getting way unaffordable for me, right? So I kind of was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna quit. Maybe I'm gonna quit. So that was where my headspace was with the Godzilla collectibles stuff, right? That lasted for, how many years did that last for? That was like quite a long time, actually. This was because when did I get that Biollante? I think I got it like around 2017, 2018 or so. It was a while ago that I got that thing, and you know, I was just kind of like, okay, you know, I can be happy now. I've gotten all the things. I got a second McDonald's toy, My Melody Mothra. Oh shoot, Pig! Oh, you're so lucky. That's one of the ones that I wanted after getting what was it? My boy Pum Pum Purin Gigan. cause I gotta get my boy, right? I gotta get my boy. But yeah, I also wanted to get My Melody Mothra. That's awesome. Like, did you have to go to like a different location, like a different McDonald's to get it then? Because I heard that everybody was getting different figures at different ones. Like, they would go to different ones, and the different store would have different things available. Like, some stores apparently only have Godzilla and King Ghidorah right now, but then some stores have like the whole set. And some stores would allow you to buy the set from them if you ask nicely, but then other stores would be like, nah, you can't until you buy food or something like that. And it's like every store has like a different rule set for what they're willing to do for you when it came to these figures. Oh, but yeah, congrats on getting Mothra, actually. You know, like, When it comes to Godzilla characters, Mothra is probably the number two of I won't say pro. Okay, Mothra is a good guy, so I could say that about Mothra. But Godzilla's Godzilla is from time to time can either be good or can be a total asshole. Depends on the movie. Really depends on the movie and how he's feeling at the moment. I would say. Honestly, like if they decided to do a part 2 to this collab, I would be super stoked. Because there are so many monsters that they didn't include in the collab figures with this one, right? Like, what is it? Like I mentioned Biollante just now with the SH monster arts, right? But she would definitely be one of those monsters that if they did a part 2, they should definitely consider, right? And then there's also Anguirus, right? Like, what is with the disrespect? There's no Anguirus representation here? What the hell? What the hell? He's Godzilla's best friend. Or at least he was after he got killed. Back in the 1955, geez. Right? Like, what the hell? What is this disrespect of Anguirus? And then it's like... And then he appears as a skeleton in 2019 in King of the Monsters. He just appears as a skeleton. Like, what the hell? Like, yo, man. Like, they really disrespect the hell out of Anguirus, man. That poor guy can't catch a break. And funny enough, Anguirus is I have a soft spot for that monster because he is technically based on my favorite dinosaur. I know. Nobody cares about Bard's favorite dinosaur, but I care. I care about my favorite dinosaur. The Ankylosaurus is awesome, and like I think every dinosaur should have as awesome a look as Ankylosaurus, and like any movie monster based on that dinosaur is a-okay to me. I was very sad when I watched Jurassic World. By the way, if you guys saw Jurassic World, then you know which scene that I was sad about. I mean, damn. I know they have to always show the villain doing the thing that makes them evil and stuff like that, but damn. But yeah, that's one of my favorites, but that didn't make it in. So maybe if they ever did like a Godzilla X Hello Kitty Part 2. But then like they don't have that many. I wonder if they have because I don't know that much about Hello Kitty, right? So like, would they have enough characters to do a Part 2? Because it seems like they kind of use them all for this one, right? So like, would they even be able to do a part 2 to this? I don't know. I honestly don't know if they would be able to. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this this right. Yeah, that line will do. That line will do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. But yeah, like, I would like to see them. And then there's like other more obscure monsters like Varan, Baragon. Baragon would be really cool. Baragon's also a favorite. Especially the 2001 version of him from GMK. Got absolutely like destroyed in that movie. But hey, like, Baragon tries hard, okay? If the world had more people trying as hard as Baragon, then the world would be a finer place. I'm going out for a ramen run. Have a good night. No problem. Thanks for dropping by, Nomus. As always, always cool. And have good ramen. By the way, guys, just to reiterate, I will not be streaming tomorrow. Whoops. Let me put that line back. I actually needed it. I will not be streaming tomorrow, and because tomorrow is a special day for me, it's a very special day for me. Um it's an anniversary day for me and Mooney, and I will not be streaming tomorrow. There will be another gap. I know I'm the king of not streaming when I'm supposed to be streaming for my schedule, but like this is not something that we can stream for. Like I'm very super fortunate and happy that that day is coming. That day is upon us tomorrow. So I'm not gonna be streaming. So I will be back on next Tuesday, actually, because we have quite the weekend. Because if you guys happen to be there, like we will be attending an event this weekend as well called Akihabara UDX Volume 2. I'm still getting. I'm still trying to figure out why is it Volume 2, but it's probably because it is the second of said events. But we will be vending at the event and stuff like that in their small artist area, and small vendor area, I should say. It's not specifically an artist alley, but there will be some other artists there, and it'll be a fun time. It looks like the what is it? The ticket price is like very cheap. It's like I think it's less than $20 to get in and stuff like that. And there's going to be a lot of Itasha cars there. There's going to be cosplayers there, and yeah, it's going to be a fun time. So if you happen to know or know where this event is and you happen to be going, that'll be really cool. But if not, it is fine. It is fine. It's a very small event and we are trying to participate in more local area type events and stuff like that. This one is more close enough to Bounty Hunterville that we are able to participate in it and stuff like that. So we as you guys know, we're doing more and more artist alley type things around Cappy Town and Bounty Hunterville. So this one hopefully will be, I'm not expecting too much from this event, but hopefully it'll be a good one. And we're gonna debut a little bit more new art, as it were. We have some new arts that we can we have printed up and stuff like that, and some new stickers as well. So yeah, it'll be a fun time. But yeah, that's what's going on this week for me. So again, I won't be streaming tomorrow at the usual time because I just will not be here because of our anniversary. So yeah, so just to give you guys like a little update of what's going on. And yeah. And this artwork I'm hoping to finish pretty quickly, because I feel like it's not that I've been like lax in terms of artwork. I feel like I'm putting out I feel like I hit a stride earlier in the summer when it comes to doing specific sketches and starting artwork, but like somehow I fell behind in terms of my output. Like I had done those 3 Nikkei artworks, right? Like the sketches for them before I came to Bounty Hunterville. And it was like, oh shoot, I'm hitting my stride with the art, right? And then suddenly I just kind of stopped for a while, and it had to do with a lot of different things. Like I got sick for a little bit there, and then also the travel that I had to do, and then I couldn't stream for a while because of technical issues and things like that. Like just stuff like was happening like crazy, and I just like somehow fell behind, like very far behind when it came to arting and stuff like that. I was hoping that I would get myself back on track. Um, in recent times, it looks like I'm starting to get there, but I'm still quite far from where I wanted to be in terms of arting and stuff like that. And like those three were not the last of the Nikkei art that I wanted to do. Like I was trying to behind the scenes, I was trying to work my way up to drawing Modernia, by drawing out the three counters girls, and then working from there and doing like maybe a new version of like Cinderella. No, I'm sorry, not a new version, a Cinderella at all, and then a new version of Dorothy and stuff like that. I was trying to work my way up through the ranks and stuff like that. Even trying to draw like Little Mermaid, because this is a game that me and Mooney, like, we have a soft spot for this game for obvious reasons, right? Like and like I was always wanting to do more artwork from it, and like somehow I failed to do that. So I was trying to make up for that by doing more artwork as of late and stuff. And then somehow I just like it started off really good, and it ended up being the thing that took me out of my game for a while now. So, but I think I can get back into it. And I do want to draw some version. Like there's so many versions of Modernia that came out since the time the game started and stuff like that. And like while I haven't gotten very far in the story mode, there might be some. I heard like little bits and tidbits about there could be a reason why I would want to continue drawing Modernia. So, it's one of those things that, like, damn, I really need to catch up like crazy with that game. Okay, let's see. How are we going to do this part? So, she has... okay. She has these, like, tights on around her legs, right? And then the top part of her dress, I guess, it goes all the way down to where her hips are, and that's what this sort of sketchiness is over here, because she has this part of it. So let me actually start doing this. Let me start doing this part, right? Like I might have to concentrate a little bit with this part, because that's just kind of the way it is with me, and freaking frilly dress parts and stuff like that. I don't have quite the muscle memory that it takes to draw like these parts of the dress and stuff like that. Like I do wish that I did more, though, like at some point, so that I could build up that muscle memory for it. Because a lot of the characters that I draw like tend to have this sort of thing, right? If it's not frilly parts, it's like skirts and things like that. And I'm doing the thing that I literally just said I shouldn't be doing, which is like the down to up strokes that do a number on my arm. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. How is this part? Okay. All right. Sorry, I just gotta like sometimes adjust where my references are on the page so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Will I draw more Street Fighter characters? I don't know. I don't know. Um, I just really wanted to draw Ingrid on a whim because, like, I know that she was for the longest time not exactly a fan favorite, and even now in Street Fighter 6, right? Like, considering the initial reaction to her announcement and then eventually when she actually got released, I think that a lot of people were speculating that she was kind of overpowered in a lot of ways, right? So I think that there was like an initial like response to her character that wasn't like very favorable. Though a lot of people did mess around with her. I saw a lot of streams where people were trying to learn her character. I just don't think that they really figured her out just yet. And you know, there's a lot of better choices when it comes to like what is it? Like zoning in that game. So, you know, I know JP has never lost his crown as the king of zoning in that game. Like, I think Tokido actually recently won a CEO, right? Like, or something like that. I don't know. I actually don't know, but it's something that I've heard that Tokido was using JP and was being coached by Kakeru, apparently. If like, I didn't know that Kakeru returned to the scene, so it's like, oh, that's really neat, you know. I think what Kakeru like won the Capcom Cup, the $1 million for that some time ago, and then had to retire for personal reasons and stuff like that. So that was kind of neat to hear that they are back in some capacity, right? If not as a competitor, just to have fun is fine, I think, you know. But yeah, like, interesting stuff to hear about. You know, I've never been active in the community or anything like that, and I, you know, rarely play fighting games these days. You know, time commitments and all that make it impossible. But, you know, like, I still keep up where I can, right? But yeah, like, I don't know if I would ever draw more characters from Street Fighter. At this point, again, this one's just like on a whim. Like, I really wanted to draw Ingrid at the time because I had a strong like vision for what I wanted the fan art to be like. I could go backwards and draw some of characters, some more characters that I had used in the past, right? Like, you know, in Street Fighter 5, I was using Karin a lot, and also who else? Ibuki, when Ibuki came out, though I was never really that great with Ibuki. I was more an Ibuki player in Street Fighter 4 during those times. I know a lot of people really hated her in those times, but I was fully on board with the Vortex. I was everybody hated it, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. I was gonna abuse the hell out of it because for once a character that I was using was had a gimmick. I know. If you guys are in the fighting game community, you probably hate that, but you know, like, it was just like, it just felt like nice to finally have a character that had like something that everybody hated. I historically have always played fighting games with characters that were, well, like, quite underpowered and stuff like that, and you know, like, you had to work really hard to win with them and stuff like that. So it was like nice for once to have a character that had something that was like, you know, kind of universally hated. Like for Street Fighter 6 though, initially when the game first came out, I tried a lot of the release characters. I settled on using Chun-Li a lot, but I also kind of had been using Ryu a lot too, because you know, Ryu's Ryu, right? Like, you know, you can't really go wrong with learning the character that they based a lot of the systems with Street Fighter around. Like they like, I feel like the Shoto characters are always going to be the characters that they balance the game against. So, you know, like if you learn even one of them, you're in good hands, basically, you know, like learning one of them at the very least. So that's kind of like why I picked up Ryu for a little bit there. I never stuck with him though. I still kind of was focused on using the Chun, because like I don't know, like I was learning some of the interesting things like with her and stuff like that. Like I know she didn't have a throw loop, but that wasn't important. I did like the fact that you could do stance changes to extend certain combos and stuff like that. Again, I like, for some reason I always historically in fighting games use characters that were like, why are you trying so hard, damn it, Bard? Like, I don't know, this is just the characters that I picked that has like weird mechanics that were for some reason difficult to use. So I was just like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like cursed in that way. Cursed to use characters that were like difficult for whatever reason. I know that back then when I used to play these games with some of my friends, like they would always be like, Bard, like pick an easier character. You're always complaining that you can't win, but you absolutely won't choose a character that you could easily win with. Like, why would you do that to yourself? I don't know. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment in that way. Like, even in Guilty Gear, okay, so granted, in Guilty Gear Xrd, in that era, I was an Elfelt main, so I couldn't really complain about that. I mean, Elfelt was like amazing in Xrd, and then Strive came out, and who the hell did I pick in Strive? Well, Elfelt wasn't in Strive at the time, so I picked freaking Jack O. It took me so long to learn how actually learn her kick loops, her wall kick loop and stuff like that. It took me like a long time to actually try that in an actual game and stuff like that. And I finally learned it, but I never had the time commitment available. Like, I couldn't do the Celestial grind. Like, I made it to the Celestial floor, but I was never able to complete the challenge because I just didn't have the time to do it. So I was never able to keep Celestial floor. But then, you know, like, things with that game were always kind of like weird, right? Like, you know, the Celestial grind was done in a way that was like very like bad, I guess. Like, you know, maybe they should have thought of a different system other than win 5 games in a row and then only have one standard Celestial rank, right? Instead of having like levels within Celestial that you could, like, you know, continue your grind. No, it was just 10th floor and then Celestial, and then everyone was just bunched up there, and there was no way to get out of that freaking rat race. It was just kind of insane how that was set up. Like, I don't know, it was just kind of, it just felt kind of like an unending type of thing, and a lot of people really got burnt out by that like weekly like grind as it were, and stuff like that, you know, like, because you had to redo it like every now and then. I forgot what it was, like the when they would reset it and stuff like that. But once they reset it, you had to redo it over from scratch. So you would have to fight your way out of the 10th floor and then get your 5 wins in Celestial before the month reset it and stuff like that. Some people would get there and then like immediately have to be reset because you would get it at the end of the month and then there we go, congratulations, here's your reset, and then you have to do it all over again. Yeah, I just never had the time to do that with Strive, unfortunately. And then though, like I had a lot of fun with Guilty Gear Strive. I complain about it a lot right now, but I had a lot of fun with that game. And then there was also like that time when I was playing a lot on Dr. Fishperson's stream. If for those who were a part of that and stuff like that, I was playing quite a few times. Like not a whole lot, but when I could find the time to actually go on, that was a lot of fun. I will say that those times were a lot of fun because it was like a community of peeps who played that game like together and just like not in the most serious way, because ultimately it was like a lot of fun to do that and stuff like that. And so I do, there are times when I think back and I kind of miss that community a little bit, but real life had to real life is gonna do what it does, right? And so it's like but I won't say that, oh, too bad or anything like that. I'm just gonna say we had a lot of fun, and that's all it needed to be, right? Like it doesn't need to be anything more than that. I will say, just adding some hatching over here. I don't normally do a whole lot of hatching in the artwork that I produce, but I feel like I need some parts of it now. I know there's a lot of people who do anime style artwork and they don't really do a whole lot of stuff like that, but I've been trying to incorporate a little bit more of it every now and then in different places where it makes sense. Anyway, I should say I don't want to do it just to do it, right? But where it makes sense, like over here, right? Like you add a little bit of it in certain parts over here. Because you gotta do these little things so that you can indicate certain features, I would say, so to just kind of completely ignore that those things exist is like, now let's see, what the heck do I do about this? So she has from this part on her neck, I will say she does have like she does have like a high neck line over here, like where where this part goes all the way up here, and then it has like some sort of like I'm gonna have to figure this out right now, but actually no, not it's a little bit too much right there. So it's something like that, and then coming out of this, there's like a collar, right? That's the word I was looking for, collar, right? There's like two pieces that kind of come out of this area here. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this though. That's yeah, it's sort of like that, yeah. Okay. Okay, something like this. Because the angle is a little bit different than the usual, right? So I can't just draw the triangular shape like normal. I have to draw it from like it's coming out from underneath here and stuff like that. So, and it's not gonna really have that triangular shape that you would expect because it's like from beneath. Whoa, whoa, what's going on? my, my my pen seems to have grabbed onto the page and it started freaking out a little bit. Let's see. How is that gonna be? Is that the way it should look? I don't know. Because again, like I'm drawing this like upside down, right? So it's like it's tough. So okay, let's rationalize this in some way. Okay, so basically around her neck, right? Like with some shirts, she has something like, you know, the collar part over here like that, right? But now this is flipped upside down. So I gotta figure out like what it would look like upside down. So this is where having a very strong visual library helps. But I've never really drawn it upside down like this before, that's why. Now, why wouldn't I draw it like the way that I drew it just now, where it's like the upside down like triangle type thing? Because unfortunately that angle might make it look like her neck is in the wrong place. So well, let me give it a shot. Let me see how it looks, because ultimately you kind of fake it till you make it. And if it looks okay, maybe we can get away with it, but I don't think it's gonna be the right angle if I do it that way. That's the problem. So let me just try it and see how it goes, right? Oops. And then do that. Okay, yeah, I can live with that. It's just gotta make sure that it's okay. What else needs to be on here before I start? And then she has like, so from her shoulder over here, right, is the rest of her cloak, I guess, right? So this is like, so we draw that line there, and then it just kind of curls around. Yeah, and the white part as is separated from there like that. So I gotta draw this line all the way across. Okay, this is starting to shape up the way that I was imagining it. I am very happy with the way that I drew her face in this one though. Like I think like even with the shape of her head and stuff like that, like I think this is the most like specifically anime looking I don't know, like it's very hard for me to describe it, but this is the, like, for me, like it's the most like stylistically close to the way that I think I want to draw certain characters, if that makes sense. Let me just change her eye a little bit. Cancel that. Let me try that again. Because I noticed that this eye doesn't actually adhere to the angle that her face is actually drawn in. So I'm trying to do some changes a bit. Just a little bit. And again, I can only do this because I'm using vector layers. Like, if I wasn't using vector layers, if I did that, it makes everything really blurry and weird. And so it doesn't really... Like, you shouldn't do this unless you're using vector layers. I mean, you can do some transforms on certain parts of an image, especially if you're doing the image in like a very painted style. But I wouldn't suggest it for line art unless you have vector layers on, which is something that I do actually have. So, okay, let's see. Now, the way that her like cloak is, there's like a white part that's underneath that's very frilly, and then there's the purple part that's covering that. You don't really see too much of the purple part other than where it covers her shoulders, because most of this is gonna be the white part that is going this way. I shouldn't draw too many lines for that. There's a part where, like, when you're trying to draw like a cloak or something like that, and you draw way too many lines, that it gets a little bit excessive, and then it starts to look very strange, and then, you know, like, so I gotta be, oops, oh, okay, there, yep. All right. I'm just trying to indicate like a direction for this for now, and then, you know, I'll go in there and adjust a lot of this later on. And the one thing you don't want to do when you do like hair or stuff like that is have lines that are equal. We'll just wait a little bit while it starts to recover. Yeah, I think I'm frozen here. I don't really want to do this because I might lose a lot of work. Or I might corrupt the file if I do this, but I think I don't have much of a choice. So, if you guys can still hear, this might